Well, good evening there, Facebook. Good evening, TV land. Good evening, radio listeners. Hey, this is Dr. John Williams, your one and only with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. I hope that your day is just outstanding. Listen, I only have a few moments and I'm not going to even waste your time, but I just want to give God the thanks for waking me up this morning, starting me on my way. Thank Him for my life, health, and strength. Thank Him for you listening. Listen. This is once again the Dr. John Williams Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. We are broadcasting live on YouTube, Spreaker Radio, Spreaker podcast, as well as I iHeartRadio, and along with Spotify and a few others. Listen, I thank God for this opportunity to come to you one more time. I am here just to motivate you. I want you to take in what I say tonight and today and just think about it. We're coming up on a season where many people are going to be needing others at this time. This is always a happy time for many, a sad time for many. We just need to come together. The world is not what is not getting any better, but you know what? If we pull together, we can make this world a better place that we live in. Listen. Tonight I will not be with you for long. I wanted to just share something that God had given me. And I was reading John 21:6. And that is where I had a thought tonight. And, Jesus, they were out on the boat fishing. And, the first night, nobody was catching anything. And this is such a setting message tonight. This is such a message for each and every person. Something for you to think about. Listen. Jesus told them, he said, look. He said, cast your nets on the right side of the ship, and ye shall find. Listen, so many times, we have tried to help people. We have tried to give it our all. We've given the best of our love. We've done everything to the same people that continually being the roadblock, so to speak, in our life. See, and so I had a thought tonight that I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to share a thought with you. And that thought is something I want to leave in your head tonight. I say today, tonight, because it depends on where you're at listening to the show. Listen, my thought for you tonight is throw out the lifeline. Someone is sinking. See, sometimes first of all, I have to tell you that what is a lifeline? Well, a lifeline is a thing on which someone or something depends on, which provides a means of escape from a difficult situation. Listen. Sometimes you are the only person or the last resort before that person sink. You're the last resort. You have every answer sometimes at that time that person need before they said, that's it. I'm done. I quit. I can't take this anymore. But sometimes God sends you and you don't understand why He put you in that situation. But He put you in that situation because someone was sinking and you are the lifeline that He chose to use. Listen. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody drowning now out in the water and there's nothing that you could do about it. You can't reach them. Even if you swam out, they've already gone under twice. Sometimes they say when you go under 3 times, you're lost and that's it and that's it. But listen, some people have already dunked under the water twice. And you are the only lifeline that's left to save them. You're the only one that have the word to tell them, no, don't jump off that bridge. You're the only one to tell them, don't drink and drive tonight because it's not going to turn out good for you. Put that cigarette down. It's not the one. You should not put that bottle down because this is not the night to do that. Whatever you do, don't go out of the house tonight because this is not the night. Listen, throwing out the lifeline because someone is sinking. We're coming up on these days. We're coming up on the holidays when people are going to need you. You are that lifeline. It's time that we stop hoarding all that we have and start sharing. See, listen, we quick to say, I love you. But see, something about I'm not that smart in school. I don't want to claim to be the most educated man on the school ground, but I do know that love is an action word. See, you just can't tell a person, "Oh, I love you." That doesn't resonate. That doesn't resonate too well with a lot of people. But when you show them that you love them, hello somebody, when you show them that you love them, see, Jesus said, cast your net on the right side of the ship. See, I've watched that movie, Forrest Gump, and like I said before, when Forrest first got on the boat, he wanted to be a boat captain and first mate and all that, whatever those terms were. But when Forrest got on that boat and he cast his net on the left side, he might have cast it on the right side, but he cast it on the wrong side. But for this message, he cast it on the left side. And every time he went out to sea, those first few times, he got tired of pulling in old tires, old anchors, old boats, old ropes, old cans. Everything that he drug in wasn't the use of anything. And check this out now. When he drug that net in, he always pulled in one or two here or there. Listen, when you cast your net, you're not always going to pull in everybody. You're not always going to pull in everybody at the same time. But see, I believe if you continue to cast your net, though you cast it on the wrong side, though you cast it on the left side, Jesus said, look, cast your net on the right side of the ship. See, they was getting frustrated because they wasn't catching anything. Sometimes we get frustrated because we're trying to nail and talk to people, and it seems like they don't want to hear it. They don't want to have nothing to do with our conversation. But remember, when Forrest Gump cast that net, he did draw one or two shrimp at a time. He did draw those one or two shrimp that was willing to get caught up in the net. I'm sure they wasn't willing. They just happened to be in that spot that he was casting. But oh, the better that he got of driving the boat. The better he got of steering it in the right direction. The better he got of figuring out how to make this thing work. He began to cast his net on the right side. And when he cast that net on the right side, he began to draw more shrimp than he knew what to do with. All I'm telling you tonight is when you cast your net on the right side, you'll begin to draw more people than you know what to do with. But somebody tonight is sinking. Somebody needs to hear that they are loved. Somebody needs to hear that it's going to be all right. Somebody needs to hear that, you know what? Times are hard, but we going to make it through this together. Listen, sometimes you're the only lifeline for a dying soul. Sometimes you're the last voice that someone will hear before they transition to the other side. Sometimes we have the answer to a dying man's question, but we refuse. Or we just flat out don't say a word. See, sometimes we let these things linger and linger and linger, and we just let the person sink. And we have the lifeline because when you have Jesus, Jesus is the source. He is the resurrector. He is the lifeline. But sometimes because we look at the clothes somebody wearing, so look, sometimes we just look at them because sometimes they have done us wrong in the past. Sometimes. But I'm throwing out the lifeline tonight because somebody is sinking. Jesus said, cast your net on the right side. Listen, so many times we've cast our net in the wrong area. We thought that that's where they were at. You know, hey, they jumping over here, so we went over there. And that wasn't where he wanted us to be. Then we heard Church Sally down here was doing so good because they had 3,000 members strong. But there was the members that was doing anything and everything under the sun. You didn't know if you was in a club or you was hello somebody. But I'm throwing out the lifeline tonight because someone is sinking. Listen. We need to stop acting like we already have earned our wings because listen, some of us are struggling from something. We're all struggling from something, and we don't have to go around broadcasting to the world. I'm struggling from this. I'm struggling from this. No, God doesn't operate like that. But he do give you a person that you can confide in that don't broadcast your sins over a megaphone, that don't try to use your sins against you. But when you open their closet up, a whole 2 or 3 skeletons drop out. Hello, somebody. I'm throwing out the lifeline because I feel that someone is sinking. Listen, sometimes we have to sit back and we have to listen to God. We don't have the answers. Sometimes we just tell people what we feel. We haven't prayed about it. We haven't thought about it. And then sometimes that can be the wrong thing to do. See, but God doesn't have you talking to everybody. He uses other people and he uses other means to get his word out. We don't have to act like we know it all and only we have the answer for everybody. God is telling you tonight, he is throwing out the lifeline and he's putting people in your life that's sinking, and he's going to use you as that lifeline. See, a rope or a line used for life-saving, typically used when someone have difficulties in water. See, look, I said it before. Listen, if we're out in the ocean and we're on a boat and it just happened to tip a little bit and you be the unlucky one to fall over, I'm not that person. Listen, I'm just being 100 with you. I'm not that person that you might want to be on the boat with you if the waves are all tight and high and all that and they slashing. Because I'm not that one. Now, if I look around and I see a rope that I can toss out there to you, but don't say, oh, well, we was on the boat and I fell over in the water and Dr. Williams, he jumped in and got me. No, you might be lying. You might be lying because I'm not the best swimmer in the swimming pool. So if the water, my philosophy is this. Now, listen, if I stand up and my feet is on the ground and my head is still above the water, I'm good. If I happen to stand up and the water is up to my nose, we in trouble. We in trouble because I'm not gonna. I'm not that. I'm not. What's that Olympic swimmer name? Yeah, I'm not him. I'm not Phelps. I'm not even. I'm not even Bud McKenzie or whatever the dog name that be dog paddling in the water. I try to stay as close to the bank as I can. Listen, I'm telling you that I'm throwing out the lifeline because someone is sinking. Someone is suffering right now with something that they are begging somebody to talk to. They don't want to go through with what's in their mind to do, so they begging. They're sinking. They don't understand why they have 5 children and they don't know where they're going to get their next meal from. They don't understand why every time they look around, it seems like their car's breaking down. It seems like the rent, something happened with the light bill, went up higher. They don't understand. They live in paycheck to paycheck and don't understand why it's me. And I'm going to church every time. I'm praising God all the time. I'm doing everything that God said do. And why is it still seemingly like he don't hear me? You know, the Bible says just stand. When you have done all that you know to do, just stand. See, people say, hang on in there. But I beg to differ. I tell you, don't hang. Because see, when you hanging, when you're on a swing and you swinging, you hanging, your feet is hanging off the swing, you don't know where you're going to land. But God said to stand. He didn't tell you to hang on in there. That sounds good in the song. But when you're hanging, you're dangling. And you don't know where your feet is going to land. Listen, this is Dr. John Williams with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. I love you guys. I want you to continue to listen to my show. Continue to share it on Facebook. Continue to share it on YouTube. Continue to share it on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all throughout Spreaker. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to know more about me, please go to my website, capital C, and comeonin.org. Capital C, lowercase ONEONIN.org. Comeonin.org. I thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in tonight. I just had to come on to tell you. I'm throwing out the lifeline because someone is sinking. God bless you. And once again, Dr. John Williams, Motivational Moments. Just a moment just to keep you wired and fired up and to go out and make someone happy. Bless you.